secondo una biscotti alla griglia. Una bistecca alla griglia.
Tagliatelle in bianco, spaghetti alla carbonara, and cannelloni al forno. Genie, you can be first if you like.
Di contorno un po' di spinachi e delle patate fritte.
Okay, while we're waiting for Genia, does someone want to put their hand up and have a go here? We can also talk about what they are. Who wants to pronounce them all? So minestrone, tortellini, risotto, spaghetti, tagliatelle, spaghetti, again cannelloni. One more time, okay, minestrone, so we're pronouncing every letter. Minestrone, we're pronouncing the E at the end. Tortellini, tortellini in brodo.
Da bere del vino rosso.
Risotto ai funghi, so that G, the G is a G, funghi. Spaghetti, note that double T here.
Mezzo litro.
So we can see where we're at. Note the double T here. Spaghetti al pomodoro, every letter being pronounced, pomodoro. Tagliatelle in bianco, which is tagliatelle like pasta in white. Bianco is white, and that's going to be like a cream sauce, cream cheese or something. Spaghetti alla carbonara, and cannelloni al forno. And in Italian, un forno is an oven. So that's cannelloni baked in the oven. Okay. So Genia, you first, and then Dante. Bianco, incidentally, DJ, Bianco just means white. It can be clams. It's whatever the sauces may be. No doubt it's going to be different depending on the region the recipe comes from. So Genia, you go first. Exactly, Bianco, white wine. Can't hear you, Genia. So Dante, while Genia sorts his mic out, do you want to have a go? I think Genia's here now. Mhm. 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 Fantastic. Very good. Mhm. That's excellent. Really superb. Thank you, Dante. Can't hear you, Dante. I see your lips moving. Make sure your mic's on there.
Minestrone.
Okay. Mhm.
Tortellini in brodo. Risotto ai funghi. Spaghetti al pomodoro. I can't pronounce this one. What is this one again?
When everyone's spoken, I'll get to how to actually pronounce it, but pronounce it like an L. So almost forget the
spaghetti.
Forget the G.
Tagliatelle in bianco. Spaghetti alla carbonara. Cannelloni al forno.
Excellent, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, so let's look at this tagliatelle that Dante was asking a very valid question about. Okay, now in Italian, when you have yes, absolutely. I'll come to that in a second, Sandra. So in Italian, when you have a G and an L together, it's pronounced like an L. That's how a lot of people pronounce it and ask their students to pronounce it. Okay, so let me write down in the chat window here the word for garlic in Italian. And I'd like you to note something. Okay? It's pronounced aglio. Aglio. Now, it's going to be difficult to hear over the speakers and your headsets. But there is a difference. It's actually not an L. You can get away with it being an L, but it's not an L. And I'm going to try and explain to you how to actually pronounce it. Okay, so it's aglio, aglio. This is how you say it. When you say an L in English, you put the tip of your tongue behind your front teeth. La 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 la. That's your L. Yeah. When you say this sound in Italian, you don't put the tip of your tongue there. You put all of your tongue against the roof of your mouth, not just the tip. So instead of a L, it becomes a L. It's going to be. It's almost like the Graciela will know. It's almost like the nia in the tilde in Spanish. It's a little bit like that. It's not like that. It's actually it's L, but your tongue is in a different place. Okay, so instead of a L, it's a Y. It's all of your tongue against the roof of your mouth. That's how you say it. But if you have problems, just pronounce it like an L, and you'll be fine. So it's tagliatelle. It's a Y. Tagliatelle. Okay, Sandra. So minestrone. Minestrone again is different. Italy's a strange place. Everyone thinks spaghetti, and risotto's risotto. You can go where my family come from in northern Italy, where my father was born. You can just travel 20 minutes and have every region, every small town almost has its own different thing. So minestrone is like a soup. A vegetable soup. Sometimes it has pasta in it. It doesn't often have meat in it. Sometimes it's quite watery. Sometimes what they do, in northwestern Italy, they boil a lot of vegetables, normally stuff left over or something like that, and then they will grind it and mash it, almost like it becomes a mashed potato, and then to that add things like pasta, and it becomes really thick. You can't pour it. It's like a mass of stuff. But other people, it's not like that. It's like a soup. So it really is depending where it comes from. My mother comes from southern Italy, and their minestrone is completely different. So again, it will depend on the region. Cannelloni, Sandra, is they're like tubes of about 4 inches long of pasta that are filled with something. They're often filled with like a meat stuff or spinach. And you normally have about 2 or 3 with a sauce, and you put them in the oven. They're like this, almost like the shape of a sausage, perhaps a bit bigger, filled with, all kinds of stuff. Perfetto. Okay, so let's go to the next one here. Secondi piatti. Secondi means second plate. This is your second course. Okay, so first we had the hors d'oeuvres, then we had your starter, and now we have really almost the main course, if you like. Okay, so we have here fritto di scampi, which is scampi fried, bistecca, notice that double C here, bistecca alla griglia, and here's that GL sound again, griglia. Again, if you're not sure, just pronounce it like an L. And that's a steak, a grilled steak. Agnello arrosto, which is roast lamb. Pollo, note this double L here. Pollo arrosto, roast chicken. Fegato alla veneziana. That's a liver cooked in the Venetian way. Polenta fritta, which is fried polenta. Polenta is like a cornmeal, and you mix that with like water, and it comes like a thick, it's thick, and you can pour it. It's almost like a soft mashed potato, but then